Welcome back to yet another pregnancy update. My name is Erica and I am currently expecting my first baby. I've been posting occasional updates of my pregnancy journey here on YouTube. But this particular week I wanted to follow up on some things from my last update. So if you haven't yet seen that video, I'll post a link in the description for you to go watch that one first. First off, my glucose test. My doctor called me back and assured me that I had passed with flying colors. Secondly, my lab work from Monday unfortunately took 3 attempts to get a good blood draw. I still don't have results back yet, so hopefully next week I'll have an idea what my thyroid levels are doing, but for now, at least I'm done with being poked for a bit. So next up, I just wanted to talk about a few things that have really been helping me through some of the aches and pains and the insomnia that I've been having. And we all know if you're going to be sleeping, it better be a good night's rest, so that no matter how few hours it ends up being, you're still waking up feeling rested. And a huge thing that's been helpful for me with that has been using nasal strips at night when I can remember to use them. If I can breathe well, I find that my quality of sleep is just far better, and even if I'm only getting 4 to 6 hours rather than a good 7 to 8, I'm waking up a lot more rested. And regardless of how my sleep is at night, there are days that I'm still feeling very fatigued. This baby takes a lot of energy to grow, and unfortunately I don't always have that available. But making sure that I have enough water on hand and occasionally throwing in some electrolytes has made the world of a difference in how I'm feeling during the day. And lastly, a few things that have been helping my back pain have been getting out and walking, applying ice to whatever area feels painful or swollen, and implementing a particular stretch that my physiotherapist actually showed me. Alright, so to do this stretch, preferably you would have somebody else helping you with this to provide resistance for your knees, but I don't have anybody here to help me today, so I'm going to be using just some things that I can find around the house. Preferably if you had a resistance band, that would be ideal, but I do not, and so I'm just going to be using a simple belt today. And something like a soccer ball or a volleyball would also be preferable, which I also do not have. So I'm just going to be using an empty milk jug. You just need something that's going to provide stability and resistance, but yet have just a teensy bit of give. And you'll see why in a second here. Alright, so you are going to start off laying flat on your back. Try to keep your lower back pressed against the floor with your knees and hips in just a comfortable position, or as comfortable as you can get if you are having lower back pain. You don't want it to be sparking any intense pain. So if you can't lie in this position comfortably, this stretch is probably not going to be for you. We're going to take our belt and we're going to place it around our knees. So keeping our back flat against the floor and then moving from our hips to our knees, we are going to push against this belt. And the belt is going to provide resistance. You don't want your knees flying wide open. We're going to hold this for 5 seconds and repeat this 3 times. Alright, next we are going to do the opposite, and we're going to be pushing our knees inward. We're going to be placing either your ball, or in my case a milk jug, between our knees. And again, we're going to be holding this for 5 seconds and repeating 3 times. So this time, from your hips to your knees, push inward. Now, you may not have felt any particular popping or cracking with that particular movement, but once you get up and you start to move around a little bit more, everything should feel a little bit more settled into place. What this movement is doing is it's actually realigning the front of your pelvis, which then also works to realign the back of your pelvis. So this is something that my physiotherapist told me I could just do periodically as needed. I've normally been doing it with the help of my husband, and he just used his hands to provide that resistance for the outside of my knees and then for the inside of my knees. But now that I have discovered that it works just as well using things that I can find around the house, I will probably be doing it a little bit more often, as I often need it during the day when my husband is not at home. I have found that this has greatly improved my mobility and particularly greatly improved my ability to walk without pain. So that is all for today. My next update is going to be at the end of my second trimester. Can you believe it? As a friend of mine put it the other day, the days feel long, but the weeks are flying by. And I can't believe I am at this point already. My husband and I were talking about it the other day, and we feel so unprepared. So hopefully within the next few weeks and the next couple months, we can get some things pulled together and start to feel a little bit ready to be parents. Again, if you have found any of the information in this video helpful, I would love it if you gave it a thumbs up, and I will see you in the next one.